Hey everybody, Steven here with Burkhardt Creative Agency, and I'm super excited to talk to you today about what percentage of your business services or your personal branding that you should talk about when it comes to what you post on social media. Now, we have this concept called Sheehan's Wall, and I'm going to talk more about it in this video up here. Check it out. And basically, at the very basic level, it's this dividing line between obscurity and getting known. And Sheehan's Wall is that divider in between. The more things you try to get known for, the harder is to poke through that wall and get to the other side of getting known. So just to make it easier on ourselves, we want to pick one thing. We only have so much time, so much energy, one thing. So what's really exciting about that is that once we get known for one thing, there's this thing called the halo effect. And the halo effect is this idea that as we gain credibility in one area, that things related to it, like a little halo, things that are related to it, we begin to gain credibility in them despite maybe not even having evidence that we're good at those things. So that's kind of a little bit of assurance, because on the other end, it's kind of terrifying as a business owner to think, like, I have all these areas of revenue I want to make money on. Let's just say we have 3 different services. Man, that'd be sad to only make money from one of them. But I can assure you that will not happen. In fact, if it feels like it's happening at first, you can rest assured knowing that as people get to know you for one thing, you actually have the opportunity to expand their mind and begin to talk about the other services that you do. So for example, I did a lot of AV work. So we did a lot of like internet and cable in the home. We did like AV, like setting up speakers and TVs, and then we did home automation. So we actually set up AV racks that had all kinds of gear on it to control audio throughout the house, control all the TVs, be able to, turn blinds off and on, control all the lighting, all from one remote. And we could have talked about all 3 of those things equally, but we needed to talk about one. And so we're thinking 70 to 80% of the time you need to be talking about that one thing. And then the other 2 services you can talk about 15%, 15%. So rest assured you can talk about them, just not nearly as much as a service you're wanting to get known for. So in this AV situation, or whatever it is that your industry is, you want to pick the thing that is your bread and butter. It makes great money, it's super easy, and you can just do it over and over again and just keep cranking in that cash flow. And then as you continue to build that client base that you can keep up with and stay top of mind with, as your reputation grows and as you break through that Sheehan's Wall, you will be able to respond to those customers and say, hey, did you also know that we do this and this? And they'll be like, oh wow, I had no idea. And because you have all this credibility, you're able to pull the trigger on those additional services through either upsells or sales later on that will be able to make you more revenue. And you haven't had the struggle and the financial investment that you need to try to get known for 3 things equally. It's just too hard, and it's just not realistic with the attention spans that people have online. So if you have a personal brand, I'm afraid that's just too much for this video. I want to keep these videos short, so check out the video here about how you should attack this in a personal branding sense. But if you have a business and you're wondering how much you should talk about each of these things, it's 70% the main service you want to sell, and then 15% and 15% of the other 2, or however you want to break up that last 30%. That's how often you should be talking about your one service.